Hello, we're here. I'm here with Bill Arnold. He's the author of the book on the Quecreek Mine Disaster.
Exactly.
Yes, where this happened in 2002, I remember.
Yeah. Everyone has their moment of time that they can remember exactly where they were, exactly what they were doing. And I hear that almost every day.
Yeah. So, well, I'm sure for the local, at least for the locals, some people say it's like, 9/11,
Yeah.
which happened very soon, before.
Yeah. Just 10 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, it was only 9 miles away by air from the Flight 93 crash site. So it again focused international attention on Somerset County.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing time, one that I'll
Okay.
always cherish being part of.
So so were you near the area at the time?
I was actually at home on the farm working when the accident happened, and the accident happened about 9 o'clock at night. So it was probably around 11 o'clock. My dog barked and woke me up, and I looked outside and saw guys walking around my farm with flashlights, and went out to investigate to see what was going on, and was told that there was an accident in the mine and 9 guys were missing, and they thought they were trapped under my farm, and instantly became involved with the rescue.
Okay. Did you know any of the miners?
I did. Actually, the last miner that was rescued, I knew the best. That was Mark Poppernack. Mark is only 2 years older than I am, and we literally rode the same school bus when we were kids. And I was also very dear friends with his wife from the time we were very young until today.
Yeah. I mean, it's still amazing what coal miners put the dangers they put themselves in, that they're exposed to, and
It is, but it's an occupation where I think it's one of those occupations where you either love it or hate it. And the guys that do it, that love it, are absolutely connected. And Mark, for example, was third generation coal miner. His father had 43 years in the coal mines, and Mark missed it horribly for years after the accident. And he promised he wouldn't go back underground because of his family, and I understand and appreciate that. But he missed it for a very long time.
yeah, well, I'm sure, and well, of course, there's always the danger of other things like black lung and
Sure.
that they're exposed to. I mean, the more silent killers.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Okay, so how are most of the miners doing now?
Well, we did lose our first one. Dennis Hall passed away May 13th, 2 years ago. He had some physical problems, some health problems, and
Resulting from the accidents?
no, they were long-term issues that he had been dealing with for quite a long time. And the other 8 guys are all doing very well. 2 of the guys have survived cancer, and both of those guys survived it twice. And so they're now healthy and fine. And all 8 of those guys are still enjoying every day above ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I would have a hard time going back underground after something like that.
Well, one of the guys actually, 3 of the guys that were trapped continued to work for the company after the mining accident.
Yeah.
Of course, Mark is one. John Unger was one. He was
Yeah.
the 4th miner that was rescued. And the other one that continued to work for the mining company was Randy Fogel, the crew chief. And Randy immediately went back to work underground in Quecreek in October of that same year. As soon as the mine reopened, he immediately went back to work underground. And he worked continuously underground until May 1st of last year,
Yeah.
when he finally retired at the age of 74.
Wow.
So,
Okay. Yes, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
come over here to do a.
Okay,
Little
well,
thing about my book.
all right. Well, I'm finishing an interview
Oh, you're
right
doing
now,
right now.
but then, all right, you can take over when we're done.
Okay. Sorry, did I interrupt you?
No, well, just a little bit. Okay, all right. Well, thank you, and well, okay. I mean, it's amazing the struggles, and I guess the long term, everything they go through. So yes, I do remember that, and I remember like a few years later, there was an accident in West Virginia, not
was.
far from there. That
The Sega mine.
yeah, and that they weren't so lucky.
Right. But then also in 2010, there were the 33 Chilean miners in South America, and
They were able to get them out.
yeah, and we were intimately involved with that rescue, and was actually, because of our involvement, was invited down to the Smithsonian after the rescue by the president of Chile, because they actually donated their capsule that was built and designed from the capsule that we used at Quecreek
For rescue.
right, and they donated it to the Smithsonian in Washington D.C. So for the private ceremony of opening that exhibit, the president of Chile invited us down, and we were able to meet not only the president but 3 of the Chilean miners.
Yeah.
And so that was a wonderful experience.
Well, I guess while the issues may be a little bit different, well, they weren't coal miners. They were
Correct. I believe that was a gold mine.
Huh?
I believe that was a gold mine.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that was. Well, okay. That was. Very, very, very nice. Very enlightening. All right. I'll be happy to post this on the web.
Great. Thanks so much for the opportunity.
Okay. And yes, so the Quecreek Mine, it's still open, like for tours.
The rescue site is open. The mine itself has actually been closed now since August of 2018, and they have run out of coal. So the mine has been closed since 2018, and now both mines are actually filled with water. But of course, the rescue site is still open every day except Sunday and Monday, and we're open from 11 to 4.
Of course, that's a whole other environmental issue: acid mine drainage, and,
Sure.
killing fish.
Yeah. But Quecreek was one of the very few exceptions. They were taking water samples every hour during the rescue, and after 80 samples, the water quality in the local streams and tributaries actually improved. So it was one of the many miracles that took place during the Quecreek rescue.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, and thanks for coming over.
You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right.
Take care.
Yes, this will be on YouTube.